Hey guys, welcome to episode 24 of the Fisher Fitness Coaching Podcast. I hope you are good. Thank you for listening, wherever you are. I have a look at my stats sometimes, right? And I'm really surprised by how many people listen to this outside of, well, Norwich actually, and also the UK. It's like the second most popular country is Canada, which is really weird, which is amazing. Yeah, really surprised by that. I think the city is Vancouver. So yeah, but yeah, like amazing. There's listeners from US, Canada, like all over Europe, New Zealand, Australia, loads of countries. It's really cool. But like, there's not obviously loads, but there's a few here and there, which it's yeah, it's really cool to see. So I do appreciate it. Thank you. It'd be even better if you can like share the episode somehow on your social media, tell a friend, family. It would really help. Even just leaving a review, just leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify would really help. So yeah, I appreciate it. Anyway, back to the episode. So this will be on, hoping to get through it within about 20-25 minutes. So it's tips on how to reduce hunger while on a diet or while trying to lose body fat. Same thing. So I'm going to go through, some decent tips which um, I am using from today actually to reduce hunger while trying to lose body fat, because I'm not sure if you've tried to lose body fat before, but you do get hungry. It's just what happens when you're on a diet. When you're on a diet, you are in a calorie deficit, and if you think about it, being in an energy or calorie deficit means that your body is requiring energy. So, of course, you're going to be hungry. But also, I like to see it as, he says, was his tummy just rumbling. Don't know if you heard that. Being hungry when in a fat loss diet is a great sign that you are in a calorie deficit. So it's a good signal. It's a good sign that you are doing the right thing. But obviously, you need to make sure you're not like ravenous. You're not too hungry, if that makes sense. But the reason I'm doing this episode today is because today I'm starting a sort of 4-week mini cut, I suppose. So a 4-week, quite intensive um, fat loss phase, quite a big deficit. So yeah, I'm going to use these tips to help me through the 4 or 5 weeks, however long it takes me. But I'm currently at around 84 kilos. I weighed myself this morning, and I want to get down to, about 80, 79, 80. I know I'm fairly lean at that weight, so that's why I'm choosing to get down to that weight. Now, I've been trying to build muscle for the last few months, so that's why I've put on weight. And I know that like a benefit of saying to myself, I'm going to get down to 80 or 79 kilos. I know that even if I haven't put on much muscle, I'm still going to be fairly lean. If I have put on more muscle, then I'll be even leaner because I've obviously put on muscle mass, and that will contribute that will contribute to the overall body weight currently. So whatever happens, I should be fairly lean at around 80 kilos. So yeah, 4 or 5 kilos I'll lose of body fat hopefully over the next 4, 5, 6 weeks. So I'm doing that by, just so you know, my calories will be around 1,800 per day roughly. Protein around 160 grams per day, 150, 160 grams. Not bothering with carbs or fats, so just overall calories and protein intake. I'm using MacroFactor to track my calories and protein, and I'm going to weigh myself every morning so I can see what happens to my weight. It will obviously fluctuate because it's completely normal, but as long as someone's at the door. No, maybe not. But as long as my overall body weight goes down on average, then I know that I'm losing body fat, because my intention is to keep as much muscle as possible. So I'll be continuing with my training, my strength training, and I'll have enough protein to maintain the muscle I already have, and to help me stay full or feel full for longer. That goes into the main reason for doing this podcast, is to go through tips on how to control hunger, because the first thing I'll say is you are going to be hungry. That's just how it is. Like, I'm hungry now. I could easily eat, and I would normally eat right now. I'm going to eat after my gym session. The reason I'm not eating now is because, I've had 500 calories today already for my breakfast, and I'll basically split up around 1,600 calories, 1,700 calories into 3 meals and a snack. So I'm going to wait until around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. to have my lunch, and then I'll have my dinner at around 7 p.m. And that's what works best for me, because I've done it a few times. But you're always going to be hungry during a fat loss phase, because you just are. But there are ways to reduce that hunger. The first tip, before I waffle on for too long, the first tip is potatoes. Yep, potatoes, that's it. Have as many, or not as many as you like, obviously, but have a lot of potatoes in your diet when you are trying to lose fat, because potatoes are very satiating. They fill you up, and they're fairly low in calories. So whatever you want, baked, new, roast, whatever. But if you have roast potatoes, obviously don't cover them in oil, because it just massively increases the calorie content of them all. So what I'd normally do is either have sweet potatoes, just roasted, or just roasted potatoes with like 1 calorie spray oil on them with some seasoning, or just boil those potatoes and have them sort of cold or warmed up in the microwave. Just have them in the fridge for when I need them. So potatoes, they're great for fat loss because they keep you full, low in calories. But you still need to track them, obviously. Lots of veggies. Veggies, again, very low in calories, and it will keep you full. If you think about having a bowl of vegetables or a big salad, there's lots of volume of food there. But in terms of calories, there's a pretty minimal amount of calories in vegetables. Root vegetables, not so much. Root vegetables will contain more calories, but still they are satiating. So just be aware of, just know that calories, that vegetables still have calories, but it's just choosing the right amounts, or the right kinds of vegetables to have in your salad or whatever you have, right? So I will probably have a lot of leafy greens because they're very low in calories, but also I'm not going to restrict myself too much. I'm not going to freak out if I have a carrot or something. Do you know what I mean? But just be aware that calories are still in vegetables. So it will contribute to your weekly intake. All right, so lots of veggies with every meal. That's what I'll probably do. This morning I didn't have any vegetables with my meal. I had 3 poached eggs and 2 bits of toast. So no vegetables just yet, but I will have some veggies for lunch and then a load of veggies for dinner. Next tip is eating balanced meals. So very self-explanatory. Basically means have the same amount of amount of calories, or the same size meals every meal you have. So instead of having a tiny breakfast and a small lunch and a massive dinner, just have a medium-sized breakfast, medium-sized lunch, and then a fairly large dinner, if that works out for you and your calories. The reason I'm saying don't have a small breakfast, even though it could work for you, like a lot of people skip breakfast when they're trying to lose fat because it helps them stay within a deficit, which is fair enough. But the only problem with that is, if you skip your breakfast, you're going to be absolutely starving by lunchtime, and then you are You could quite easily overeat at lunch, and then even at dinner, you'll still be really hungry. So you could potentially overeat at dinner as well. So it's very easy to overconsume in the evening if you limit your calories during the day. So if you have a fairly decent breakfast, a decent lunch, and then a pretty decent dinner, it will, in my opinion, will help reduce the hunger throughout the day. And also, let's say you train, you go to the gym during the day. If you have no food in the morning and a very tiny lunch, then you're going to feel like shit for the rest of the day. You're gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel very grouchy, and you'll have no energy, and you just feel pretty poor. So trying to keep your energy levels moderate throughout the whole day is the key, really, because you're going to feel better, aren't you, at the end of the day? So yeah, eating balanced meals, and also when I say balanced, I mean protein, carbs, and fats throughout the whole meal, and with veggies too. All right. Next tip is eating lots of protein. So lots of protein, like I mentioned before, will help satiate you. It will keep you feeling full, and it will help retain muscle tissue, which is crucial during a fat loss phase. So yeah, lots of protein. Again, find out your protein target for the day, and then divide how many meals you're going to have in the day into. Sorry, did I say that right? So yeah, get your protein target, and then divide the number of meals you're going to have in a day. So if you have 3 main meals, you're going to divide 150 whatever into 3. Although that's a high amount on each meal I get. That's what, 50 grams per meal. And I only had about 35 grams for my breakfast. So that means I'm going to have a pretty high protein lunch, a pretty high protein dinner, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a little bit more left over for a high protein snack before bed. So it should be fine for me. But as long as I get around 140, 150, 60, whatever grams per day, it should be fine. So lots of protein. Next tip is black coffee. So this is what I'll have in the mornings instead of coffee with my milk, with my whole milk or whatever. Black coffee, it's 0 calories, and it helps curb hunger as well. And also I can have one during the day as well, as long as it's before 3 p.m. for me, it's fine. So I'll have a black coffee before the gym, again, to help reduce hunger, and it'll give you some energy for the gym. I'll either have a black coffee or a 0 calorie energy drink like Rain. I like Rain. So Rain, they're good flavors, cheap. You get from Home Bargains for like 79p. They're normally like £2 in like gym machines. So yeah, a can of 0 calorie or a 0 sugar, 0 calorie energy drink, again, will do the same thing, as will Diet Coke or just a 0 calorie fizzy drink, again, will help reduce hunger. It's the bubbles or something in there, isn't it? Obviously, which helps keep the feeling of being full for longer. So that helps me out a lot. So those 3 sort of coincide. Next up this is a weird one, but it does work. Brushing your teeth, weirdly, especially in the evening. So for me, I get hungry in the evenings, especially. I mean, I get hungry anyway, but on a fat loss diet or in a fat loss phase, I get pretty hungry in the evening. I could continuously eat in the evening. I could snack, constantly before bed. But I find that if I brush my teeth around 7, 8 p.m., it just almost tells me that it's time for bed, and you don't get that craving that you normally get, because your mouth feels fresh, clean. So you think, well, I'm not going to eat anything because I just brushed my teeth. So give it a go. If you find that you're hungry or peckish in the evening, you want to snack on stuff because you're bored, go and brush your teeth, and I guarantee it will. Help. Next tip is keeping busy. I know that sounds obvious, but just keeping busy when you can, like going for walks, keeping yourself occupied, keeping your mind occupied is a very good way to keep your mind off food and eating. Because you find if you're bored, if you've got nothing to do, and you're, I don't know, sitting watching TV at night, you just mindlessly snack, you mindlessly eat, and taking your mind off food just by keeping busy, doing stuff at home, I don't know, housework, whatever. It may keep your mind off it. So yeah, that might help. Another thing is practicing mindful eating when you are in a fat loss diet, and just in general, because a lot of people nowadays, they just sit and eat in front of the TV. So you're eating all this food, you're not really taking it in, you're not really enjoying it. You're just watching TV and munching down all this food. And what happens is you just tend to eat more because you haven't given your body long enough to release the hunger hormones, which will tell you that you're full. So if you keep eating and eating and eating, you're consuming all these calories before your brain tells you that you're actually full. So just slow down when you have your meals, take your time, enjoy the food, like turn the TV off, eat in the kitchen or in the dining room without any distractions, and you'll find that you'll slow down your eating and you'll feel fuller a lot earlier, which will mean you'll probably eat less. And don't be afraid to leave things on the plate. Like, yes, I know as kids we've been told we have to finish everything on our plate, and that's probably where a lot of this eating or mindless eating comes from. You have to eat everything. You don't have to eat everything. If you're full, you're full. Leave it. Save it for the next day or whatever, or chuck it out. You don't have to eat it. So yeah, that's the next one. So last one is making sure you're hydrated. Sounds simple, and it is simple, but a lot of the time people don't drink enough water, so that can come across like you are like the feeling of hunger. So you may think that you're hungry, but actually you're just a bit dehydrated and you may need to drink some water. So make sure you drink enough water throughout the day. First thing in the morning, take a few decent gulps. Make sure you're drinking 2, 3, 4 liters per day, depending on your size. And that, again, will help you feel fuller because you've got more liquid inside your belly. And the feeling of hunger may just be down to the fact that you're thirsty. So, yeah, nice and simple stuff. Nothing too complex. But like I mentioned before, if you are trying to lose body fat, you will feel hungry. There's no way of getting around it. But these tips will help sort of just manage that hunger a bit more. Obviously, you want to feel as less hungry as possible when trying to lose body fat. But the tough one is you are going to be hungry, and that's a good sign because you are if you're hungry, your body wants or needs calories. So you are going to be in a calorie deficit, which means you are going to be losing body fat very slowly. And just remember, like if you are trying to lose body fat, just remember and realize that it's your choice, right? No one's forcing you to do this. You are doing this for your own reasons. You're doing this to lose body fat, to feel better, to feel more confident with fewer clothes on. This is you are doing this for your specific own reason and your why. So, this is your choice. Like, I'm doing it because it's my choice. No one's telling me to do it. I'm doing it because I want to do it, because I want to get a bit leaner and feel a bit better about myself. Topless. I mean, it's as simple as that. And also because I've been in a surplus for a while because I've been trying to build muscle tissue. So it's just something that you do. You go into a surplus to build muscle as quickly as possible, but you're going to put on body fat as well. So then after a few months of doing that, then you go back into a fat loss phase. Is that a cat fight? A fat loss phase. And then you're going to have to accept to be hungry for a good few weeks. It is what it is. But you're going to get the results. So, that's it for today. But if you've got any questions on that, on anything about dieting, fat loss, hunger, food, nutrition, building muscle, let me know and I'll get back to you. You can either email me or, ask through Instagram, Facebook. I'll get back to you. The next episode, so I was going to do the episode with my brother, We didn't do it. Something came up, so we're going to postpone it until next week. Yeah, but then I've also got an idea of doing an episode on the quickest way to build muscle. So this episode will coincide with that quite nicely. So next week will hopefully be with my brother about addiction, and then the week after will be the quickest way to build muscle. So that'll be good. But yeah, any questions on anything, just let me know. I've got the 5-day to muscle mastery challenge. I've got the date. That's happening on the 27th of November. So if you are keen to get involved, then again, let me know, and I'll get you registered. But just keep a lookout on my social media for that, for more information on that. That's going to be really good. 5 days of just basically teaching you how to build muscle effectively. What else? Oh yeah, and I've got the Ultimate Training Program still available. So just go onto my link in my Instagram, download it for free, and yeah, you'll be on your way to building muscle and getting jacked, absolutely free, on your own. So I've got everything there for you. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, if you can share, if possible, and leave a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify or Amazon Music, whatever you use, it would be greatly appreciated. Cheers, guys. I'll speak to you soon.